A Fox News alert, an Egyptian jetliner hijacked by a passenger claiming to be wearing a suicide bomb belt has diverted the flight and ordered it to be flown to the island country of Cyprus just a couple of hours ago. With Egypt's aviation security under security and hundreds of thousands of Americans flying through that Egyptian airspace every year, how should we look at our presidential candidates to respond to this? Let's talk to Gillian Turner. She's a Fox News contributor and a former White House council staff member under Presidents Bush and Obama. She's bipartisan.
I am bipartisan.
Okay, so the news this morning regarding this is because of the volatile nature of that region, the country of Israel, our partner, immediately did what?
Immediately activated warplanes, reports said, over its own airspace to protect territorial sovereignty, as well they could be expected to do. We are vulnerable, too, as Americans. As you mentioned, hundreds of thousands of us flying in that airspace every year. So American response is important here. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the 5 top candidates right now and how they handle national security issues regarding national security. First up, and we've categorized them a plus, a minus, or neutral on things. Where do you put Ted Cruz? I'm going to give Ted Cruz a positive ranking here because this is really a crisis type situation. This is could potentially escalate into a major international incident. We want someone with a steady hand whose judgment we trust on national security issues.
Okay, and he's got experience in that department?
He's got not a terrible lot of experience, but what he has been is very pragmatic in his approach to national security all along. I don't think he's liable to really escalate the situation unnecessarily.
All right, John Kasich,
I'm going to put him in positive, too. He's got national security experience. Some folks pointed out yesterday that it's a long time ago, which is correct, but I think it's important he knows the players here. He'll know how to calm down the Israelis. He'll know how to kind of mitigate this in the Middle East a little bit.
All right. Former First Lady Hillary Clinton, who has her aide screening her phone calls. I
think we're going to put her in the neutral category. Okay. In the sense that she tends to be hawkish on national security issues.
Wait a minute, neutral? She was Secretary of State. She has so much experience.
No, she's got lots of experience on this, but I mean in terms of managing a crisis like this on her own, she's tended to be a backbencher in national security meetings with President Obama.
What does that mean, a backbencher?
Meaning, you know, when the call is on her, we don't know exactly how she's going to react. Libya was not so great. Obviously, we all know about the tragic events in Benghazi that day. So the track record has some good things and some bad things.
Donald Trump.
I'm going to put Donald Trump in neutral as well, mainly because he's liable to be a little bit impetuous here. We don't really know how he'd respond. He might be kind of a wild card and do something a little bit out there.
Well, that's one of the things people love about him. You just don't know.
You don't know. So I think neutral kind of fairly hedges against both.
And Bernie Sanders?
I don't know. Let's just put him over there where there's some space between neutral and negative, because I don't know that he'd really care about this, to be honest. I don't know if it would merit, if it would make it all the way up to him.
All right. Gillian's going to be back tomorrow to continue our foreign policy series. Today she talked about breaking news and national security. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right.